Hello everyone. So yeah, I'm back to my computer after few days. I mean, I use my computer every day, but the last few videos I was actually not showing you my screen, and to be honest, I don't like it. I want to show you things so that you can learn something. And of course, from time to time I do talk about things, life in general. Maybe sometimes I show new things that I buy. Sometimes I'm just walking and showing you around. But of course, majority of my content is focused on learning something and making our lives better. So today, after many years, I finally managed to gather courage to install and configure CUPS. In case you don't know, CUPS is basically a way to print from Linux. And CUPS, when you install it, you need to run it as a service, and then you will get some utilities to do printing. And CUPS has been there for a while. I remember using it long back, but when you install any modern operating system, you like Fedora or maybe Ubuntu, I think you just need to install a package and you have it up and running. And there are a lot of like GUI based applications, but of course we want to do things from terminal and we want to keep things lightweight. And today I set it up. I'm almost happy with everything, and I'll share what I've done so far. And of course, these things are there on the official documentation, but apart from the official documentation, sometimes it is always good to know from other person about their experience, about things that didn't work for them, and how they solve the problem if things didn't work. So let me show you, or let me just share the commands, or the process. Of course I can't really show you how to print, because in fact I can. My printer is over there, and I have a Canon inkjet printer slash scanner. And to be honest, it is really weird because I have this printer which is inkjet. I remember buying my first printer back in 2000, which was, I believe, I forgot the name of the company. The most famous company, Logitech, I guess, or Canon. The company that makes, the famous company that makes printers. Anyway, so that was the inkjet. And in India, when you have like a inkjet printer, you can always go to your local computer shop, your computer wala, and you can actually get your ink refilled. But I actually have purchased the refill kit from Amazon. So you will get few ink bottles, and red, blue, green, and one more, I guess, cyan, magenta. I'm very bad with colors, but you will get few bottles and black color, and you can then refill your cartridges. You will get also those injections with syringes, not really sharp ones, the blunt ones, I guess. You can't really do damage. You can if you want to damage yourself, but yeah, they are not sharp. So don't try funny things with it. So I have basically, refilled my cartridges over and over again. But 90% of the times I'm just using my printer slash scanner for scanning. And I did show you. Did I show you the scanning part? Yeah, I think I did. How to scan. So there are I think I made a video, right? But in this video, let us focus on setting up CUPS. So it is actually very simple. It is simple, but you have to do things in certain order, and you have to probably do these things if you have a network printer like me, right? If it is connected to the USB, which can happen, there are slight differences. You have to, of course, it might be in fact simpler. So the first thing that you need to do, you need to actually install the package CUPS. Simple, right? Install it and you're done. And then you have to, it will come with a service, so which is something that I was actually hoping to avoid. But yeah, it comes with a service, so you have to enable this service. You don't have to enable it. I don't really run any services. I don't really think I run any service, in fact. No, I can't really remember anything because most of the things that I run are nothing but my own shell scripts, right? So you have to basically, whenever you have to print, I guess just run the service, using systemctl, start cups.service or just cups, it will work. And if you have to print using network printer, then you have to install this package called Avahi. I had no idea about this package, but anyways, everything is online. You can read the documentation, and then it will also come with its own service. So you have 2 services so far. So Avahi-daemon or daemon, whatever you want to call it, the way you pronounce it. So these 2 things are fine, these 2 services. Now, you also have to do a few things. You have to basically ensure that you have to enable local host resolution. Don't ask me why and what is the purpose of this. I guess it is something to do with because your printer is on your network, and if you're connected to the same Wi-Fi network, you have to do this. I never really did this when I was installing or when I was doing the same thing using scanner for scanning, but for printing, for using cups, you have to do it. So you have to install one more package, nss-md ns, and then once you install this package, you have to modify this file called etc/nsswitch.conf, and you have to basically replace this line with hosts : with this particular I think you have to basically include this somewhere, my host DNS, something like that. I just copied it from the documentation. I think you have to, I think this one, not found, return mds_minimal. I think this is the one. And then you have to restart cups. Basically, just use systemctl, and then you're almost ready. And to search for the printer, to ensure that your printer is searchable or the setup is working so far, you can use this command. And by the way, don't worry about the command. You can actually, I recommend go to the CUPS website. To be honest, I keep things, whenever I set up something, of course I read the documentation, but when you read the documentation, you probably spend like half an hour, right? Or for doing everything. Imagine if I have to do the same thing again somewhere else, then I refer to my notes. That is a great thing about org mode. And because these commands are also written within a block that I can execute. Right now the evaluation is set to no, but I can actually pull out all these scripts and dump it somewhere. I mean, you can do wonderful things with org mode, right? Org Babel. I've made videos on this. So when you make notes like this, you are actually making sure not only you're saving your current problem, but you're also making sure that even after 10 years, if you refer to these notes, you can actually get up and running very quickly. And this is something that I have learned from experience, because you keep notes in one document or you keep your commands in another document, but you can't really combine them both. But using org mode, you can. Literate programming. Watch my videos, by the way. So after you do this, because your CUPS is running, you can also access your CUPS using web interface, which might be desirable for many people. I also did open this localhost :631 because I think it will be accessible using this port 631. And when you open this port, not the port, but when you don't open the port, when you open this URL, you can actually then it will ask you for authentication for adding a printer. By the way, in the above command, if you don't see your printer, then of course something is wrong. But for me, it worked straight away. For adding a printer using CUPS, you have to use your local username and password. That's the same username and password that you use to log in, because CUPS will ensure that the user is added to the group, and the group has access to manage or administer CUPS. So if you log in using your own local username and password, your admin username and password, I think it should work. I didn't really bother to open the CUPS. I did check the CUPS configuration file, but it was fine. I didn't modify anything. I just looked at it. And then you can check the available printers again. Yeah, there's another command which is actually better because it will show you just one line. If you run the above command, it will show you a lot of the different things. Avahi -browser. But using this command lp stat -p -d, 2 arguments, 2 options, you will get your printer name. And when you get your printer name, you can actually then easily add your printer. You will get something like this: Canon _MG3600 and underscore series. And you can set your default printer using this command. And you can also check the current printer settings. When you print something, you have settings like gray, monotone. Whether you want to print using color or maybe not print using color. Let me show you the output of this command. Let me show you within the org document. Okay, Control C. I hope it runs. It will run. Why? Yep, it runs. So if you can see here, I mean, right now I'm using the default options, but you can also ensure that it will not display the tab. I think you have to do something like, let me check. I think you have to do results. No, it's okay. Just look at the command, and I'll just open a terminal. Okay, eval, no, not now. Okay, the command is lp options and -l. So you will get these options, right, which you can also modify, by the way. So for example, if you want to change the print quality, CUPS print quality, you can actually do that. Right now it is set to high because after refilling my cartridges over and over again, I have definitely messed up something, and I don't really think those cartridges will work anymore, but I'm stretching it because yes, why not? So I've managed to cover the hole with the sellotape and with a sticker. It works. It is not like a high quality print, but it works. And when I print using my printer and all the colors and black, so of course we have 2 cartridges, black and the color one. The black one doesn't work because whenever I use black, it will give you that fuzzy looking print. But what I do when I print, and this is what I can do using Windows, not yet using Linux, using CUPS. I'm sure there is a way, but you can actually set in the printer configuration that only use color cartridge, even to generate black color, and that actually works wonderfully well. So I have to set up that thing, and I'm sure there is a way using because when you are setting up of course right now -l will give you the properties or the current settings, but you can also set the property using this lp options -o CUPS print quality. I'll just look at these property values or key player values, I guess, which is of course right now set to high, but there is also a file which you can definitely modify and take a look. Let me try to share the file name. Yeah, so it is basically, if you go to -etc -cups/ppd/your printer name.ppd, so basically you will get like a file. Let me just paste the URL. You can also modify this file to change properties. So if you look at this file, I need to set up a template for this shell script block. So this particular file will have all the properties that you can modify. And I'm not really sure how it works, but I guess it depends on the driver as well, or the driver needs to be there. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but this, just do take a look at this file. Now to print a file, yeah, of course we are talking about so many things, right? But not about printing. So to print a file, you can use a command called lp, and I don't know the full form. Is there a full form? Print files. But what is LP? Come on. I guess it comes with CUPS. And when you are printing, sometimes it is good to know the list of jobs. So LPQ. There are, of course, other commands, to cancel a job. And the main thing that I was looking for is to set up that option to only use color ink cartridge, which I couldn't. I did try. There is something called ink cartridge, something equal to color, which didn't work. But I'm sure there is a way. So that is all. I know a lot of things, right? But if you are, the whole point of making this video is that I want to encourage you to try CUPS. I was holding myself. To be honest, I have very less time. I'm usually very busy. So for me, if I have to spend more than 1 hour on doing something, setting up something, it is like a distraction for me. I know it will sometimes solve my immediate problem, and also my problems in future. Because once you set up something like this, you are basically ensuring that you can do things quickly and efficiently for the rest of your life, right? And of course, for scanning the printer, I think I made a video on this Sane utility, which works really nicely, to be honest. And I'm happy. I'm not scanning the documents using this utility. I always say this, that you should get a scanner and a printer, because there are so many things. There are so many government related things that you have to do where you need like a physical copy. Good thing about here in UK is that and I really appreciate this move from the government. In UK, a lot of things, not everything, but a lot of things are actually online. They are digital. When you are dealing with something, maybe any government documentation, everything is online, and it is great. But not, of course, each and everything. So, for example, if you are dealing with I don't know, maybe bank, or maybe if you have to apply for some application, there are still a lot of things where you need a printer and you need a scanner. And I highly recommend you to get a scanner and a printer, a small one. I'll probably buy a laser one. It is not massively expensive. I do have a laser printer in Delhi. In fact, a big one with laser printer and copier. But even if you get a small one and use the cartridge. For example, the one that I have, the Canon one, I think I paid the printer that I was talking about, that I bought in 2000, it is actually from HP. So the famous company, right? Yeah. So this printer, the Canon printer, I paid 35 pounds or 30 pounds, and if I get the replacement cartridges, both the cartridges will definitely cost me 30 something pounds. So it is stupid to buy new cartridges. And to be honest, I have been using this printer for 3 years now, and I have those refill bottles which I do use every 3 or 4 months, and I do print actually, and I'm just using one cartridge, to be honest, only the color one with that setting. So I need to figure out how to set the cartridge, or how to set the printer to use only color cartridge. But 90% of the times, as I mentioned before, I'm just using scanner, and that works really well for my needs. All right, this video is now 19 minutes long, and I've been talking for a long time. So I'll let you go now. Enjoy your day, and it is now actually very late for me as well. It is 7 o'clock, and I usually don't make a video, or I usually don't work usually after 5 o'clock. I do like little lightweight things, and today I'm actually a bit late because today's Monday and it was a busy day for me. All right, cheers, bye bye.